You peed on the stick, you peed on a couple more sticks, maybe you peed on a lot of sticks, you did the blood test, you went to the doctor. However you got here, congratulations, you're pregnant! Welcome to your first trimester. I myself am 10 weeks along today, and it sucks. I shouldn't say that. It's hard. It's really hard. Some women do the first trimester amazing. They feel great. I'm not one of those women. I think one of the most challenging parts about it is a lot of women go through their first trimester alone because you're not really sharing the news yet. You haven't seen the baby. You haven't seen a heartbeat. It's a very stressful and high anxiety time. And you're not ready to tell the world, but you're kind of suffering. You're nauseous. You're sick. You're tired. You basically have a 24-hour hangover 7 days a week for 12 weeks. It's brutal. I'm here to tell you there are some things you can do to make it a little bit better. This is my second time around. Here's a few tips and things I've picked up along the way that have helped make this first trimester a little bit more bearable for me. And if I can help at least one woman out there who's struggling, this will have all been worth it. One really important thing I want to disclose is there is something called HG. If you're experiencing vomiting multiple times a day, dehydration, extreme exhaustion, and you're finding it hard to even get out of bed, please, please, please go see your midwife, your OB, your doctor, whoever's your primary caregiver right now, because that is a serious thing, and there are prescriptions you can have. You might even need IV fluids or bed rest, but it's important that your doctor knows. Before we begin, if you want to follow along with my pregnancy, or you want other great parenting tips, mom tips, or you want to learn more about our labels, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you don't miss out on a thing. Okay, let's get into the big tips. My first tip is about your clothing. The thing is, when you're pregnant, your body releases progesterone. It's an important hormone to help aid in a healthy pregnancy. But this lovely hormone also slows down your digestive system, causing the bloating, the constipation, the gas. I know, the gas. So knowing this, any clothing pant line that presses on your stomach in any way becomes the most uncomfortable thing by the end of the day and pretty much unbearable. What I'm going to recommend is the Smash and Test rompers. This is one of the greatest investments you can make in the beginning of your pregnancy. These things are so comfortable. They're these awesome one pieces, and there's lots of flexibility and stretchiness to them. It will grow with you throughout your entire pregnancy. There's so many cute colors and designs and styles. Short sleeves, long sleeves, no sleeves, overalls. I personally love to throw a cute cardigan on, a nice necklace, and I wear this to the office. I'm not even joking, because right now comfort is everything. So definitely you're going to want to get yourself a Smash and Test romper. It is going to be so worth your while. My second tip came to me from my naturopath, and then I was reminded of it again later when I was Googling at my most worst time of need. And that is C-bands. C-bands, they look like sweatbands. They're not the most stylish thing, but basically they're these tight tension bands that have a little ball on them that presses into the pressure points on your wrist that help relieve nausea. This is recommended for morning sickness. It's recommended for cancer patients going through chemo. It's recommended for people who get seasick or motion sickness, hence the name C-bands, I feel like. Anyways, within 10 minutes of wearing these, I found relief. As crazy as that sounds, I was genuinely shocked myself, but these babies helped get me through the day. My next big tip, and you may have heard of this one before, I mean, every time you have a belly ache, I'm sure someone's mother, grandmother, or great-grandmother out there was telling you to get some flat ginger ale to sip on. And there is some truth to this. Ginger is amazing for nausea, whether it's flat ginger ale, ginger tea, ginger chews, ginger candies, whatever form of ginger you can get your hands on. Ginger really does help with the nausea. I find Ginger candies and chews are amazing for car rides because there is a lot of motion sickness that comes with pregnancy. The next thing I'm going to talk about may not be your favorite subject matter. As I said, the progesterone is slowing down your digestive system, which means you do not want to be eating large meals. The trick to surviving is snacking throughout the day. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to want to eat first thing when you get up. You're probably going to want another breakfast, and then you're going to want a snack, a small lunch, a snack, a small dinner, a snack, and maybe a bedtime snack. Like, you pretty much don't want to go longer than 2 hours without having a little bit of something to help subside that nausea, because when you're hungry, you're nauseous. But then also, if you eat too much and you get too full, you also get nauseous because you're really kind of backlogging that whole digestive system. So small snacks throughout the day will have an impact in how you feel. Another thing when you think about your snacks is you really want to combine fibers and proteins. They're going to last longer, they're going to sit with you a little bit better, and they're just going to overall feel more satisfying. Another great snack that you're going to want to have on hand, if you can have these, is pistachios. Pistachios have B6 in them, and B6 is shown to help with nausea. So get yourself some pistachios if you can. Have them at your office, have them at your house, have a little in your car, whatever you need to get through your day. So we talked about the eating. Now you're going to talk about your water intake. It's so important that you increase how much water you're having, because you're growing a human. It's going to take some hydration. Especially if you're nauseous and you're vomiting, you need to replenish that hydration. So something I find really helps for me is finding a water bottle I enjoy drinking from and just having it with me at all times and always having it full. It will help increase your habit of intaking more water. Now, you may also find that water is making you nauseous. It's really hard for me to drink water right now. I really have to push myself. One thing that does help is try not to drink and eat at the same time. Try and drink between meals. And also don't drink lying down. For some reason, drinking lying down makes it feel worse. Another thing you're going to want to have on hand is soda crackers. I call these my bedside crackers. They literally live on my end table, and they are there for me when I suddenly feel nauseous before bed, when I feel nauseous in the night because I had to get up to pee or my daughter woke me up, or when I feel nauseous when I first get up. A couple soda crackers kind of help subside that hunger nausea feeling enough to get me moving at least and get my day started. And also they're bland and they don't have a smell, so I can actually tolerate them when I'm feeling my worst. I am on to my last and final tip. And don't hate me for this one. I hate myself for this one sometimes. But my last and final tip is exercise. I say this with my eyes like half closed. But exercise will make a difference. Getting your body moving. And I'm not talking like don't go do CrossFit. That's crazy. No, don't be doing that. I mean, if you're doing that, holy smokes, you're like my hero. But I'm just saying, get your body moving. Your first trimester is a really great time to start to really build that pelvic floor muscle, to stabilize your core and your hips more. This is going to help for birth and labor down the road. It's going to help maintain a healthy pregnancy. If you check out at the Belle Method on Instagram, she has amazing tips, amazing programs. She even has like free workouts she posts. She's also just coming out of her first trimester and has workouts for you for her first trimester. And I think even she admitted that she wasn't really moving until like 10 weeks in because she was feeling so crappy. If you get enough energy to move, it is going to help. Hi, baby.
Hi, Mama.
What was your tip you told me to do the other night? Remember when I said my tummy hurts and you said, Mommy, you should go have a...
Calm down.
You did tell me to calm down, yes.
Bath.
That's right. You told me to have a bath, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
All I need is a nice warm bath and a cup of tea. Those are my tips. That is my survival guide. Hang in there, Mama. It does get better. Just take it one day at a time. Unfortunately, some women will tell you that it's not going to get better till birth. But hopefully you're not one of those people, and come 12 to 14 weeks, all the nausea subsides and you start to feel more human again. Your energy will come back. I can't promise you that, but I want to promise you that. I believe it. I believe in you. I wish everyone all the best. Happy, healthy pregnancies. Happy, healthy babies. We've been there once before. We're doing it again for some crazy reason because, you know, one wasn't enough, eh?
Yeah.
Why am I having another baby? One more thing I wanted to mention is find yourself a group of women who get it, who are going through it, that can relate to you, and share tips and encourage each other, because it really does make a difference. You don't have to go through it alone. We can do this together. All right. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye-bye.
Here we go. You peed on a stick. This is such a weird way to start a video.